number one here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is number one in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Fatou Kola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, Fiji First Party to announce first batch of candidates in the next few weeks. Water Authority of Fiji refutes international study claim that Fiji's water is unsafe. And Communications Minister cautions against widening the digital divide. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. The Fijian delegation participating in the Melanesia Festival of Arts in Papua New Guinea is mourning the loss of one of its members. The participant died suddenly on Sunday night. The Fiji High Commission in Port Moresby is in the process of informing family members of the deceased, and details will not be released until that is done. Arrangements are being made for the repatriation of the body back home. The Fiji First Party is expected to name some of its candidates in the next few weeks. Speaking at its first campaign meeting in Koronivia, Nausori last night, party leader Vorengem Bainimarama said they will pick credible candidates. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
The classroom block at Nakai Kongo Sanatan School was packed to capacity as community members gathered for the party's first public meeting. Party leader Bainimarama, General Secretary Ayazad Kayum, and party president Dr. Chikolubeni, amongst other members, addressed the meeting. Bainimarama said the candidates selected will look after the needs of the people and shape the party's vision for a modern Fiji.
Fiji First has identified all the problems that we faced in the past. 1987, 2000, and we've changed the ball game to a modern Fiji. That's what's taking us forward now. The Constitution. What do we have a constitution? The constitution rule, the best constitution ever for equal citizenry for everyone. But to the political party, they want to chop it down.
Bainimarama says they want to win all 50 seats in parliament and not just 26, which is the majority number of seats a party needs to win to form the government.
And we are changing from the lethargic, monotonous population that we used to have before. We are now being vibrant. We are now reformed, and I can say only from the women because I deal with women. And I think you will all know that women have now come to the fore. The men are now appreciating that the women can also participate in the development of the country.
The Fiji First Party will continue its campaign in parts of the Central Division this week. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Queries raised about the sources of funding and donation for Fiji First Party can be directed to the Fijian Elections Office for clarification. Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Saneem says they will respond to any queries through the proper procedures.
The Fijian Elections Office encourages Fijians who may have queries regarding declarations published by the Fijian Elections Office for any political party to write to us to formalize with us the process of giving us particulars in regards to any declarations. That's how we will work with it.
The Fiji First Party declared its assets and liabilities last week. The Water Authority of Fiji has refuted an international study that states Fiji's water quality is not safe to drink and its quality is worse than Uganda in Africa. Akusita Tale reports that the study was carried in today's Fiji Times. However, the Water Authority says it's false and misleading.
It's sort of implying that the water authority is not supplying safe drinking water. I'm sure
Fijians have been reassured that water supplied by the Water Authority of Fiji is safe. This is in response to an article in today's Fiji Times that alleges the quality of water is worse than Uganda, following surveys by international scientists. The article is built on information provided by Rotary Pacific Water.
This is damaging to the country as well. This is what Fiji Times will tell us. You're talking in a holistic concept, then all our aquifers in danger now. We will continue to ensure that all of our people who are supplied from our reticulated systems continue to enjoy consistent supply and the water is safe to drink.
The newspaper reported that water, sanitation and hygiene experts from the US shook their heads in disbelief at some of the tests they conducted a few weeks ago.
Our image is proven here. We've got awards from the Pacific Water and Waste Association, independent evaluators. We've awarded these sanitation awards to us 2 years in a row. 21 water utilities in the Pacific. And we have been the best in terms of sanitation for the last 2 years.
The regulators have also spoken now defending the state of water supply in Fiji.
Water that has been supplied by the WAF, it meets our requirements, it meets the WHO guidelines and all other mandatory requirements that need to be complied with. So from the Ministry of Health perspective, as we have said, that the WAF water is very safe. From the regulator side, we want Water Authority to maintain that level of quality standard. And that's where we come in. And for the past years, it's been sitting there quite well. We've never been having any problem.
A statement from Rotary Pacific Water Foundation says the article has been completely misquoted and distorted. The Water Authority of Fiji is considering taking this matter up to the Media Industry Tribunal Association. Akosita Talei, FBC News.
Delegates at the 7th APT Policy and Regulation Forum for the Pacific underway in Nadi have been cautioned against further widening the digital divide in their countries. While opening the forum, Communications Minister Aya Said Qayyum said with the uptake of technology, it is important to ensure people are not marginalized.
So we are very much focused on the fact that we need to be able to ensure that our policies and our regulations and the entire infrastructure focus towards telecommunications must include those in the periphery. And this is why, for example, over the past, in particular 18 months or so, we have set up various telecenters around Fiji. We now have about 75,000 more new users of internet in Fiji.
Said Qayyum said the telecenters are one way the government has empowered the people. Coming up in the story, Fiji helps draft OHS regulations for PNG.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore. I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me high. Tangi tauwa me. Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singatoka, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bo julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The head of the EU delegation in the Pacific, Ambassador Andrew Jacobs, has expressed his deepest condolences at the passing of Fiji's ambassador to the EU, Petheli Vothea. In a letter to the Fijian government, Jacobs said the EU and Fiji enjoy a long-standing friendship and the ties have been strengthened over time by the efforts of men like Vothea. Jacobs led a 20-member delegation from the EU's office in Suva to pay their respects to Vothea's family today. Vothea was serving his second term as Fiji's representative to Brussels when he passed away. His funeral will be held later this week. Fiji has successfully completed the composition of OHS laws for Papua New Guinea and is expected to be tabled in the PNG Parliament's next sitting. Eleanor Tarangai View reports Fiji drafted and compiled the OHS law after being approached by the International Labour Organization.
Multi-million-dollar investments by foreign companies into PNG has put the government under pressure to update and modernize its labour laws.
Papua New Guinea government wants the occupational and safety law to be done quickly before the LNG project come online, for them the law to be in place, because it's going to generate quite a lot of economic activity and the OHS risk in the market. So they want to have the law in place to be able to mitigate against that.
A memorandum of understanding signed between Fiji and PNG in early 2011 saw Fiji's Labour Ministry complete the draft OHS laws in October of the same year.
We moved very quickly to complete the draft, and then I took the draft to Papua New Guinea on December 2011 to present it to the stakeholders there, to the multinationals, all the employers, the medium and small, and the workers, trade unions, and also the government agencies.
Following the completion of the draft bill, an extensive consultation was held with PNG stakeholders.
All the employers' comment is taken in. We accommodated. The ones should be accommodated. They add value. We discuss with them. And also the unions. All the comments have taken in. And also the government departments. Those are government departments related to the mining, the gas department, and also related area to which we discussed to harmonize the policy direction and where the bill is sitting.
The final draft bill has now been handed to the PNG government for final approval and implementation. It is expected to repeal and replace about a dozen OHS laws in the country. Eleanor Turangayu, FBC News.
The Catholic Church has received a permit to close the road from Suva Private Hospital to the Sacred Heart Cathedral on Thursday afternoon for the funeral procession of the late Archbishop Emeritus Petero Matava. Vatican General Father Sulo Turangakavivi also confirmed that Brett Street, where the Sacred Heart Cathedral is situated, will also be closed to motorists from 10 a.m. to 12 midday on Friday due to the funeral service.
Good news we received late last night that St. Thomas School in Lotoka, brass band, will be leading us in the procession. So that is sort of a consolation, a bonus in our procession on Thursday afternoon. And I'm inviting all the parishes to join in this procession from the Suva Private Hospital.
The traditional presentation, or Irengu Rengu, started today. Good news for Water Authority of Fiji customers. You can now access your billing information at your nearest Water Authority of Fiji office. A new platform has been set up by Telecom Fiji Limited to enable customers to easily access their water bills. Water Authority Chief Executive Opethai Ravai says TFL has connected the authority's 28 branches to the main hub, which is in the Suva office.
TFL is providing the cloud where all our offices in all the 28 sites can connect. It has nothing to do with the customer in terms of cost, but it provides better service that they can access the information quicker from our head office, because most of our information is based in here at Manoan. And for someone in Tabo to access it, they need the TFL network.
The prime motive for this initiative is to provide better service to the customers. Various individuals and organizations have pledged not to buy, sell or eat ndonu and kawakawa from June until September this year, which is their breeding period. It's part of what is called the For Fiji movement. Rashika Kumar with the details.
Radio Fiji 2 program director Veena Bhatnagar is just another who has taken the pledge.
My family and I are taking the pledge not to buy or eat kawakawa and ndonu from now till the end of September. It's because we want to have more of this fish in the years to come. I'm also asking my listeners to join me in the pledge.
According to Scott Redway, the executive director of Sea Web Asia Pacific, the main reason for their campaign is to preserve the population of these A-grade fish, ndonu, the red salmon cod and kawakawa, also known as rock cod or camouflage grouper, since it has significantly decreased over the years.
The For Fiji campaign is directed at boosting the populations of kawakawa and ndonu. These fish are culturally important to Fiji, they're important to income, they're important to food security for Fiji communities. But as population has grown and income needs have grown, this fish has been declining.
He added that once people get to know the breeding cycle of these fish, they will be more interested in conserving them.
We find that people learn about their breeding cycle and know that they can help them, and these fish are important to many, many people. But if they just forego them for 4 months, that these populations will rebound, that once they hear it, they get excited and they get involved.
Many others have taken the pledge along with Veena Bhatnagar. Personalities such as Vaisale Serevi, celebrity chef Lance Sito, Itui Salivu Ratufilimone Ralungai Vau of Bau, and All Today FM announcers. Rashka Kumar, FBC News.
Sports now, and here's Jamie with the latest.
Good evening in sports tonight. Ben Ryan back in the country to start work on his next season as Sevens coach, and a preview of tomorrow's big FIFA World Cup semi-final clash between Brazil and Germany. This and more coming up.
Ito'y singata kung talita na barong na Radio Fiji 1 na station ng Almutua.
Ako na koro ko na talita. Mandaw talita kiti na barong Radio Fiji 1.
Kitongo isu untuk talita na barong na Radio Fiji 1 na station ng Almutua.
Kito talita na Radio Fiji 1.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and daw talitek talanga Singatoka.
A station in Matino Pinatia na Radio Fiji 1 Konga Beyanyan.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nandumoi bitin Konga ni BNN.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan is back in the country and has started work for the new season. However, the national mentor will have to make do without 3 of his key players from last season. Samisoni Viriviri, Benito Masilevu and Donacio Ratumbuli have secured contracts abroad, meaning Ryan will have to unearth new talent. Indra Singh has more.
New season on the horizon, but this will have to happen minus 3 of the best from recent time.
There's been a few players that have left us, like Samasoni Viriviri, Benito Masilevu, and probably Donacio Ratumbuli. Big shoes to fill. So.
While it's a slight setback for Ryan, he says it will mean roping in new talent who could get a chance at the international level.
Top 2 try scorers are both leaving, and those 3 were ever present. Donacio was probably the most underrated player in the side. He had a great season. So to have both those. But all those missing is going to be hard. But like you say, it'll be an opportunity for someone else, and I'm sure we will find the talent.
He is also not in a rush to name his squad as yet, as the Englishman scouts the best available talent for the upcoming crucial season.
Well, you know, I've got a list of players that I want to have a look at in the next 2 weeks at the HPUs in Suva and in the West as well, so we can see where everyone is. And I'll be going around to the tournaments as well. So, you know, I won't be naming that squad till I'm pretty keen to know exactly who I've got.
With the top 4 teams from the 2014-2015 season getting an automatic spot for the 2016 Olympics in Brazil, Ryan says it's all hard work from here on.
We got to make sure that we don't slip up here and we get into the top 4. So we qualify automatically for Olympics. We don't want to have to worry about trying to qualify for regional competitions, and all of that could become a lottery. So. Yeah, huge year and lots of hard work ahead.
He's back for his second stint and ready to mentor his adopted nation to glory. One thing for sure, he learnt a lot from his debut season as Fiji coach and ready to put all learnt into practice. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Football Association says its under-20 side will lay the foundation for the future of the sport in Fiji. The under-20s will feature in the 2015 World Cup with an aim to provide good competition to bigger football nations and not be present to only make up the numbers. Fiji FA also has the hope that these young men will go on to represent Fiji in the future in the national team.
These players will be developed a lot, and then we might not have a lot of problems in years to come in our next Olympic team and the next Southwest Fiji Games and the Nations Cup. We should do good after the development of these boys when we go out overseas playing.
The Under-20 World Cup will be played in New Zealand next May. Preparations are on track for the inaugural Fiji Golf International this August, the Natandola Bay Championship course. Organisers have ensured that the course will be well and ready in time for the prestigious event. Tsale Ndaudakadaka reports.
For his second Eagle of the Week here.
5 weeks remain until the opening of the first ever Fiji International. The tournament is shaping up to be a monumental event, and organisers are confident the pristine Natandola Bay course will be ready in time for tee-off.
The golf course preparation is proceeding extremely well, with clearing works for car parking and the outside broadcast compound now complete. Safety improvements through installation of guardrails and additional bridges are underway, and the preparation of the golf course to championship standard is going to plan. 2 weeks ago, One Asia and PGA officials conducted an exhaustive inspection of the course and are more than satisfied with the progress.
With world-renowned players Vijay Singh and Nick Price to feature in the tournament, organisers are ensuring that the tournament receives as wide coverage as possible.
We've entered into contracts with World Sports Group to produce the television broadcast, which will be aired on the One Asia television platform to over 400 million homes across more than 40 countries. WSG will be bringing over 55 crew to Natandola Bay, including producers, cameramen, engineers and technical staff.
Organisers are going all out to ensure that this tournament will have all the makings of an international golf championship right here in Fiji. Tsale Ndaudakadaka, FBC Sports.
The first semi-final of the Football World Cup will be played tomorrow. Host Brazil take on Germany. And while Brazil have lost star Neymar and skipper Thiago Silva, they remain confident of lifting the title at home. Let's have a look at how it's building up.
Brazil may be edging closer towards their dream of lifting the World Cup trophy on home soil, but they'll need to do so without two of their best players. Captain Thiago Silva is suspended for Tuesday's semi-final against Germany after picking up a second booking in last week's win against Colombia. And even worse, star striker Neymar is out of the rest of the tournament with a fractured vertebrae. Criticised early on for their nervous and over-emotional performances, the side and the fans find themselves up against yet another psychological hurdle.
Emocionalmente falando, é lógico que o grupo sentiu.
Of course, it's had an emotional impact on us. We've not only lost a fellow footballer, but also a teammate, an incredible person who always brings the group a lot of joy. He's always smiling and positive no matter what happens. Our team has lost more than just a footballer.
With or without Neymar, the Seleção insists they're ready to take on Germany. Joachim Löw's side have reached a fourth consecutive World Cup semi-final and are looking to avenge defeat at the hands of Brazil in the 2002 final. After a laborious last 16 win over Algeria, the Mannschaft upped their game in the quarter-finals against France, and players hope their trademark discipline and winning mentality will help them avoid a third consecutive last four defeat.
Natürlich hat das Spiel einen sehr hohen Stellenwert.
Of course, it's a very important match, and playing against the host side is not only a great honor, but also a great challenge. It would have been even better to meet them in the final.
You don't want to miss that match tomorrow, so tune in to FBC TV at 8 a.m. as we bring you live coverage of the game and find out who will secure the first spot in the FIFA 2014 World Cup Finals. Meanwhile, in the second semi-final on Thursday, the Netherlands meet Argentina. The Dutch are the only team in the last four not to have won the World Cup and are bent on changing that.
We can be really confident with what we've shown, the players we've got. We're fit. I think we're fitter than most teams in this World Cup. And like I said, we can be confident, and it's going to be a fantastic game. I think it's an honor to have a coach like this. I think a club like Man United to sign him shows you what the world of football thinks of him, and I think he's proving that in this tournament.
And you can also catch that game live on FBC TV. Tune in at 8 a.m. Thursday morning. That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
National airline Fiji Airways has reported an on-time performance of 79% compared to 80% in May and 87.8% in April. Managing Director and CEO Stefan Pickler expressed disappointment at the slight drop in operational performance. Pickler says the results for June are driven by unanticipated crew sickness in the last 10 days of the month, along with a higher-than-planned attrition rate for B737 pilots. On the other hand, Fiji Link continues its strong operational performance, reporting 92.98% for June compared to 94.5% in May and 96% in April. It's weather time with Trish, and what have you got for us?
Thanks, Jackie. And well, it was cloudy over Suva most of the day, and there was the occasional scattered showers in the afternoon. At the other centers in Nadilotoka, Lambasa and Savu-Savu, there was fine weather during the day, and it changed towards the afternoon with clouds and showers. Bai had cloudy skies with occasional showers also. Looking at today's temperatures, we had Suva on 27, Nadi on 29, Lautoka on 32, Ba 31, Savu-Savu and Lambasa on 32. Tomorrow's forecast for all 6 major centers: expect fine weather with a slight chance of cloudy skies with occasional showers. Mariners forecast a strong wind warning remains in force for all Lao waters, Korosi, Kandavu and Batuira passages. Northeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas. Now let's take a look at our picture of the day, which is from the island of Nangele Levu, sent in by Leonie Vakara Sangoli.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. Recapping our top stories, the Fiji First Party will announce some candidates in the next few weeks. The Water Authority of Fiji has refuted an international study claim that Fiji's water is unsafe, and the Fijian delegation attending the Melanesian Arts Festival in PNG is mourning the sudden death of one of its members at the weekend. To our poll question now, we're asking, are you familiar with the voting process? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's all from the news team. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good evening.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Vatukola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.